Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ronke Lawal, and if you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, comment. I've got a list of things I need you guys to do, but I do appreciate you, so thank you. Today I want to talk about how you can get the most out of any media coverage or press coverage that you receive. So I am in PR, and one of the main services that I offer is media relations. A lot of the clients that come to me require media relations, so that's press releases, getting them coverage in the press and media exposure, increasing their visibility to the wider audience and improving their credibility through press, which is earned media, basically, very different from advertising. And I love utilizing media relations. I think it's a great way to raise business and brand visibility. What I often find is either through the clients that I have or even clients who I teach how to do their own media relations, is they ask the question, what do they do next? So they've received this great publicity, an interview in a great magazine or online, and they wonder how they can get more bang for their buck, if that makes sense, even though they're not spending bucks on that coverage. Well, unless they're hiring me, of course. And I always say it's really important not just to rely on that media coverage to get more of anything. So even with the visibility, you want to get the visibility, but you want to also widen your reach. You want to get more of an audience. Ultimately, as a business, you want to get sales. There's a lot of process and procedure and strategy that you've got to always be mindful of, especially when it comes to PR, when it comes to specifically in this case media relations. So I'm going to leave you with a few tips. And if you are doing your own PR, or if you hire a publicist like myself or another agency, hopefully you can utilize these tips to get, how can I put it, get more oomph and for that media exposure, okay? So firstly, whenever you get a piece of media coverage, if you get a mention, if you get an interview, share. So whether it's in traditional press, so if it's a magazine or a newspaper, you can take a picture and share it across your social media. Sharing is literally caring. And you want your followers, your friends and family even, to share for you and become mini brand ambassadors on your behalf. So share the links, share it on social media. Use your social media. That's Twitter, that's Facebook, that's LinkedIn. The great thing about sharing your media coverage is people in your wider network, in your circle, they might have not forgotten about you, but people are busy, and so you're reminding them. And that's the whole point of PR, is that that reputation management. Keep reminding people of what you're doing, what you're about, what's new, what's hot, what's going on in your world. And the more you share, I'm not saying spam, share responsibly. The more you share, the more people will care. I feel like I'm a poet, I'm rhyming here, but I hope that makes sense. So make sure you share, don't be shy. I know a lot of people get so caught up in this. Are people going to think I'm showing off? And you want to, obviously, ultimately, what you want from the media coverage is you want an external audience outside of your network to hear about you. That's fine, but you still have to share on your own social networks so other people can see and share. And you never know, one person on your LinkedIn profile, on your Facebook page, or on your Twitter following might share it with somebody else who you don't know, and it keeps the ball rolling. Okay, so share. Don't feel scared about sharing. I'm rhyming too much. Next, create a press page. So you want a list of the links, images, of the coverage, any press clippings, basically. Create a press page on your website. I think it's a really powerful means of raising credibility and showing people, especially potential customers and clients, that you can be trusted, letting them know who you are, what your business is about, what your service is about. And if people like to see that level of credibility. That's why it's different from advertising, in which you're paying for people to see. If you get an earned interview on a blog or in a great magazine or in a newspaper, it shows that you have a story, or your brand has an ethos or a mission that is worth reading and learning about. So create a press page. Make sure that there's some area of your website that has a list of links or press clippings, or audio if it's a podcast, or video if it's a TV interview. And finally, make sure you have content creation Okay, so again, it links to two. So you've got the links on your website, you've got the social media, but create some more content. Look, if you've got a video interview that you've done or a podcast that you've done, make sure you have places on your, either on your personal blog or on your website, your business website, your YouTube. Make sure the content is there. Create content, visible content, screenshots, do things that make your media coverage stand out. Don't just rely on, a one-off tweet or one-off Facebook update. Create some content. What you could write a blog post about the experience. You could even, depending on how big this press coverage is, you could even write a press release about the size of the press coverage, if that makes sense. So, for example, if you've been featured in an amazing, huge magazine, or even on a micro blog, but it had a real impact. So there's a story to tell. You could write or share a blog post, or write a press release about the size and scale of that coverage. Be careful, I don't want you to write a press release about every single thing. Be mindful. But if it's something major that has an impact subsequently on your business or your service, you might decide to write a little mini press announcement, let other people know, let your database know, share it. I keep going back to sharing it, keep sharing it. Ultimately, what you want is obviously people outside, I've said this before, said this earlier, outside new people to read about you, to learn about you. But you also want your current database, your current followers and friends and fans, people who are already buying into your business to be aware of all of these successes and all these media mentions that you're getting. So don't feel shy, don't feel like you have to hide any of it. Just be free and authentic. That's the motto of today. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. If you've got any questions, don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe.